Huh? Hello again, everyone. Adam here, and welcome back to the Game Night channel. The end of the year is slowly approaching, and with one major holiday out of the way, we can start to shift focus onto the next one. No, not that one, not that one. Yes, that one. Okay, settle down. Now, to most, I know Thanksgiving is not as fun and exciting as Christmas. You'll have to deal with some family you haven't seen all year, weird aunts and uncles, and some forced and uncomfortable conversations that just end up being awkward. And for those of you who celebrate with friends instead of family, that can all apply there as well. Now, there are, though, two things that can help ease the tension in the room. The first of that being the food, obviously. But the next tactic to use is to bring out a game. Shocker. I know. It can be used as an icebreaker, a friendly competition, or just something to warm the inner spirits, just like the stuffing inside of the turkey. On behalf of our family to yours, here are a couple suggestions of some games that are great to play at family gatherings. Everyone here is familiar with the schoolyard game of telephone, right? Right? I hope so. The person in front will whisper a sentence or phrase into the next person's ear, who will in turn whisper that into the next person's ear, and so on and so forth until it makes its way to the end, and the final person has to say what they heard, hoping that it matches the original sentence or phrase. Now, Telestration takes that concept and throws in an element of drawing as well. All players will draw a card and will either agree on this side or that side. One player then rolls the dice, and that'll determine the prompt for that round. Now, depending on the number of players, you will either write down your prompt and pass it to the next person, or write your prompt, draw your prompt, and then hand it to the next person. Now, if you receive a drawing, you will do your best to look at that drawing, flip to the next page, and write down what you guess the prompt was. When you receive a prompt, you will look at the prompt, flip to the next page, and do your best to draw how you interpret that prompt. Players will continue passing the notepads, drawing and guessing and drawing and guessing and drawing and guessing until the notepads have made their way around to everyone and return to their original owner. From here, everyone will take turns just presenting the journey of their initial prompt all the way up until what it became at the end. Sometimes the original prompt will make its way all the way through and be the same thing at the end. Good job! And sometimes the prompt gets lost in translation along the way and you end up with some ridiculous responses. Now, the game is normally played over 3 rounds and has its own scoring system in the rules. My family personally plays until we can't feel our faces anymore from laughing too hard. Play with the scoring system to make it competitive, or just play for fun to use it as a fun icebreaker. For a game that's easy to play and accessible for all ages, Telestrations is a great way to get the good times rolling. Taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza, narwhal. Does any of that make sense? Well, it's about to. Now, those of you familiar with Slapjack will have a base understanding of how play works in this game. Taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza is a slapjack-like game that takes on its own rules. Your goal in this game is to get rid of your cards rather than to collect them all. Start by taking the deck and dealing all cards out to all players. Players will hold their cards face down, like so that they can't see their cards. Players will then take turns placing cards face up while saying the title words as they place them. So, taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza. I'm sure you've heard it enough to have it memorized by now. When the card played matches the words said, all players must slap the pile in the middle. And the last player to slap the pile takes the cards. If a player ever slaps the wrong card, or goes to fake out, or flinches at all, they lose and must take the entire pile. Now, hidden along all the regular cards, there are a few special cards with their own set of rules. Gorillas will have all players beat their chest before slapping the pile. Groundhogs will have all players knocking on the table before they hit the pile. And narwhals will have all players place their hands on their forehead like a horn before slapping the pile. The last player to correctly perform the action takes the pile. When a player runs out of cards, they haven't won yet, play continues until the card played matches the word that's spoken. If the player with no cards is the first to slap the pile, then they win. If they're not the first to slap the pile, play continues until a player with no cards is the first to slap the pile. A simple, light, competitive game, quick and easy to learn for all ages. Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza brings life to any room. Okay, this entry is cheating just a little bit, but not everyone has a collection of board games on hand ready to go. But one thing that almost everyone does have is a phone. In comes the JackBox Party Pack games. There is a bit of techie setup beforehand, but once you have it up and running, it's really easy to get started. JackBox Games can be hosted from a laptop, game console, PC, and streamed straight to your living room TV. And as an added bonus, you don't have to download an app or sign up for any kind of account. Grab your phone, steal your host's Wi-Fi, open up your web browser, just enter a nickname and the room code provided, and you're ready to play. JackBox Games come with a wide variety of games suited for all players. You've got trivia games like You Don't Know Jack or Trivia Murder Party. You have games to try and trick your family and friends like Fibbage or Faking It. And you have games that can just be utter nonsense like Quiplash and Joke Boat. So find the perfect game that suits the vibe of your gathering, and instead of staring at your phones around the table, just use them to play a game together. The JackBox creators have many bundles of games ready to bring to the table. Or I guess, your screen. Do your family gatherings tend to have a more rowdy and louder atmosphere to them? If so, this game is a perfect fit for you raucous rabble-rousers. Pit is a game about resource trading where you're trying to corner the market on a certain commodity. Play is continuous in Pit. No one takes turns, it's all just going on at the same time. Players will call out a number of commodities they're willing to trade, like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. When two players call out matching numbers, they'll trade their cards. Play will continue like so, and once someone collects all of their resource, that round ends. Once a full set is collected, that player receives the number of points listed in the corner of their card. From here, you'll shuffle the cards again, redistribute them, and keep yelling numbers at each other. Set a limit on a score for the game, like 300 points, 500 points, and keep going until someone reaches that score. Pit is a great game that can bring even more chaos into an already lively and bustling household. No, it's not what you think. Promise. Now, everyone has that one friend or family member where you guys just get each other. Now, you two have inside jokes. You're always on the same wavelength. You guys have secret gestures that only you two understand. Now, luckily for you two, those secret gestures could just be helpful here. The goal of this game is to collect a matching set of 4 cards, signaling to your teammate, and hoping that they pick up on your signal to get the points. You've Got Crabs splits everyone up into teams of 2. Partners will sit across from each other so that the play area can be split so half the teammates are on one side and half teammates are sitting on the other side. Everyone is given 4 cards, and an additional 4 cards will be placed face up in the play area. One side will play first, while the other side sits and watches. The side taking their turn will freely swap cards from their hands with cards that are in the center. While they're swapping out cards, the other players will be watching to see if anyone tries to gesture to their teammate that they have a full set. Now, if no signals are passed and side A is done swapping their cards, they'll all put their cards down, and it is now side B's turn to swap out their cards. Now, if you're able to successfully signal to your teammate that you have a full set, and your teammate yells, "You've got crabs!" then you guys get a point. But if an opponent calls you out first, they steal your points. Now, be sure to have multiple gestures ready to go, so if your opponents start catching on to one, you can quickly pivot and switch to using a different one. Keep going until all the crab tokens are claimed, and whoever has the most points wins. You've Got Crabs is a great way to deepen your bond with your partner in crime and to bring a little friendly competition to the gathering. Alright, and there you have it. That's a list of 5 of our favorite games to pull out at family and friend gatherings. Telestrations is always a massive hit when my family gets together for holidays or other social gatherings, and it's just one of our personal favorites. Go ahead and leave some of your favorites from this list or any that weren't listed in the comments down below. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked the video, it really helps out the channel, and be sure to subscribe for more content like this, as well as unboxings and videos on how to play certain games. As always, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time on the Game Night channel. There's a taco. I need a taco. Oh, my cards.